Come gather round, I'll pick up on our tale of those 4 idiots who flew right off the rail. Svein takes a nap while driving through the town. Lobe jumps ship and finds more trouble farther down. Before a gnome can burn him to a char, Kevin grew in size and Lannon broke her arm. Kennam peered inside her cart and stole a book. What a crazy path these misadventures took when crit happened.
Kennam, I want you to make a perception check real quick.
Why do you make me do these things?
Because I hate you.
12.
So you're kind of looking around, Kennam, just admiring all the sights, and no, that probably will be enough. You're admiring the sights. It's a good time. So you guys are taken to what kind of looks like one of the back doors to the Colosseum, and there's 2 guards there, and they've got these spears kind of crossed over the door, and they see you guys approaching, and they immediately pull back, and one of them pushes the door open and holds it open for you guys. And the head guard turns to you guys and he says, "So unfortunately, I actually have to stay out here just so we don't have another one of whatever that situation was. But Lannon, sir, I imagine you'll be able to escort your friends just fine." And he looks at you, Lannon.
Yes, thank you.
And they bow. No drinks yet.
No drinking.
And they bow and they kind of push you through the door, and then the door shuts behind you, and now you guys are in the interior of what looks to be sort of like a kitchen area, and you've got a couple people sort of prepping some dishes. They all see you, and again, they all sort of make a line. They're all parked to the side, and they let you guys pass through, all while bowing as you guys come by.
Wow, we're pretty special around here.
Yes.
You could say that.
So
Excellent.
So Lannon, do you know where you're going then?
Haven't been here in a while. I'm gonna need a little map.
Okay. Well, so they had said that you specifically would have known where the king was, and if memory serves, he's probably, I think you had said that he's probably in the dining room or the eatery somewhere. Which,
like
since
Lobe's
this is the
getting
kitchen,
food.
it probably means, yeah. Oh my god, that's right, you're in a kitchen.
Oh god. Oh god.
Rude.
I yell out to anyone in the room, "Guard the food."
They all kind of bow their heads and say, "Yes, sir."
Not yet, friend.
So are you guys then gonna make your way to the dining room?
Yeah.
Kennam's gonna try and pat Lobe on the closest thing he can get to the back and go, we'll get some food at the carnival, don't worry. It'll be a grand time.
Wait, what time of day is it?
At this point, we're in the afternoon time, and the festival starts well into the evening.
Okay. I turn to Lobe and say, "Give it like 2 hours, then you can dig in."
Okay, so
as we go by, Svein's gonna try to snatch up something. Some food.
okay.
Try it, I dare
All
you.
right. 14, not bad.
Crap.
Yeah. You've got you kind of pass by this plate of little baby meat pies, and you manage to swipe one, and now it's kind of hiding in your arm under your beard somewhere. Hiding, you hide it. You did it good.
It's just in your sleeve.
Yeah.
A gross, disgusting, tiny meat pie stuck in your sleeve. I love it.
It's like you go by admiring it, stroking your beard, and every time you do, you just take a bite.
Okay. So you guys make it to the end of the dining room, or the end of the kitchen, opening the doors toward the dining room.
All right.
And good God, it is like ants running around a. I almost said ant farm. I guess that's equivalent. A bunch of ants running around. You see like a bunch of servants and waiters, and they're like rushing here and there. They look like they're trying to get this place set up for like something, probably for the festivities later tonight. And at the center of it all, you see this very commanding looking presence, like this very commanding looking elf, and Lobe, she almost comes up to your height. She is that tall. And
very tall lady.
she's a very tall lady, and she seems to be the one who's directing all of these like servers and cooks like hither and thither. She's got this like dark skin. There's this what you think at first is like a crown of twigs or like a crown of leaves, but upon closer inspection, it's actually their horns. There's some kind of antler horns coming out of her head that's draped with this greenery, and she's got this shimmering red shimmering red gown with this cloak of just fiery feathers, like, again, hither and thither. And she seems very into whatever she's doing, which is directing people this way and that.
Perhaps they should have started a little bit earlier.
It would appear so.
No one in this castle is good at timing.
So
Have
as
you been
you
here
all,
before, Lannon?
For a bit, yes.
Ah, I see.
as you say that, Lannon, and as you all are making your little quips, this giant elf woman kind of turns around and she finally notices you just sort of standing off in the corner. And at first she's confused because she sees
Whoa.
you and is like kind of like doesn't. And
Give it
then,
a second, your mic cut out really bad.
oh
Yeah.
no, what happened? What did you miss?
All right,
She
go
sees
from
you.
yeah, go from there.
Yeah.
Go from where?
She sees you.
Oh, that's intense. Okay, she sees you guys and looks a little confused because you're kind of rough and tumbled and you don't look like you work here. And then she sees Lannon, and her entire face lights up. And from
In a
across,
good way or a bad way?
in a good
Like
way.
a fireball way, or
No more fireballs.
Like a Kevin way?
Are you sure? I'd like to see how big
Do
Kevin
we have
gets.
Kevin still, or did Kevin get held back by the gate?
No. She's tiny again. She's just chilling on your shoulders.
Oh, okay.
No. She lights up. She lights up in a happy way, and she starts towards you, and she says, "Lannon, what on earth? How did you get back here so quickly?" And she comes over to Lannon, and she gives you a giant woman hug.
Not just a normal woman hug. A giant.
Very
There
important.
is a difference.
So yeah, Lannon, you're being hugged by this giant elf woman.
I hug back.
I hug them both.
No, you do not.
Excellent.
Kennam's just sitting here awkward, looking around like a. I can't think of a phrase, but it's just is
Very
like,
awkward.
awkwardly.
Just jump on someone's shoulders. Then you'll be the right height.
So the queen or the woman, she's the queen, no. But so she's hugging you, Lannon, and then Lobe comes in and comes with a bear hug, and she's like, "Oh, okay, well, that's not exactly proper, but all right, I suppose that's fine and dandy." And she looks down at you, Lannon. It's like, "Lannon, who's your friend?"
You said Lobe was giving her a hug.
Oh yeah, I think so.
This is Lobe. He has a bit of a drinking problem, but he's nice nonetheless.
The problem is there's not enough to drink.
And this elven woman smiles. She says, "Oh well, there's no need to worry about that. There'll be plenty to drink later tonight. If you wouldn't mind." Yes.
I throw my hands up in joy.
Oh, thank God. Okay. Crushing my ribs there. That was an impressive hug. My goodness. It would be rather bad if you had crushed royal family. I'm not going to lie. And who are the rest of you? I wasn't expecting guests, but I suppose Lannon brings people here and there. I'm not surprised.
I guess I'll go around introducing. The one with the, gems in his beard? Is Svein.
Yes.
Are they gems?
That
Yeah.
is me, yes.
He's a librarian and apparently has a knack for taking things.
You didn't see that.
You didn't see nothing.
No, but I saw the wand, so.
Yummy.
That is fair.
And then
Nice to meet you.
I walk over to Kennam, and I'm just like, I put 2 hands on his shoulders, and I'm just like, this is Kennam.
And she kind of tilts her head a bit as if she's thinking about something. And then again, her face lights up. She says, "Oh, Mr. Torskobel, of course. I didn't quite recognize you. You're a little rough around the edges."
A trip through the Ashen Grove tends to do that.
Yes. Oh, of course. I should probably introduce myself. And she gives a little curtsy and she says, "You may refer to me as Queen Navira, or Your Highness, if that suits you. I'm not exactly too picky with formalities right now, seeing as everybody is completely behind schedule." And she yells that behind to all these poor, like, overworked servers and cooks. And they continue, like, picking up double time. And she looks back to you and she says, "So, Lannon, I didn't expect you back so soon. Did everything go well? Like, do we need to send somebody else out there?"
No, everything should be fine.
"Oh, lovely. But I probably shouldn't talk politics in front of your friends. Are you all here for the tournament? I mean, this is slightly unconventional. I'd prefer if you'd wait outside." As you can see, it's literally like chickens with their heads cut off in here. And no offense, but you're all complete strangers, and I do not want to have to babysit you.
I've got them under control. I look over at Lobe and I'm like, mostly. But no, we were helping someone get over here for the tournament, but she
It didn't quite work out.
She didn't make the trip. But we're here.
I mean, that's fortunate as well. You know what I asked you? You didn't take the path through the Ashen Grove, did you? You just decided to cut right through. It's very dangerous. You know it is. We've lost plenty of people who decided to just barrel right through.
Yes, well, it was... alright. She had to get... She thought it would be the best idea, and we can't exactly say otherwise.
Well, it's unfortunate what happened, but I'm glad you all are safe. Though, again, that whole me trying to herd cats over in this corner of the world. So, Lannon, I mean, you've told me, I can let your father know. You don't have to go see him. And she very much looks, almost nervous when she says that.
Kennam's gonna raise his hand and go, "Unfortunately, we actually must seek an audience with the king."
She does not look thrilled that you said that.
Yes. We were given some things from our lady friend who is not here.
Is no longer with us.
Yeah.
Lannon, the way you phrased that made it sound rather romantic.
Not that way.
Things. Okay, that's incredibly vague. Are you 100% sure I can't just bring it to your father?
Pretty
Like
positive.
100%.
Yes.
Okay, great. Excellent. Great. Wonderful. All right. Well, she's kind of drumming her fingers, debating between something in her head. And eventually she waves a hand and says, "All right, well, the last I saw him, he was in the library. So if you're intent on talking to him, I suppose you'll have to go that way. You will stick around, though, won't you? For the festival, I mean."
Oh, absolutely. Would not miss it for the world.
Lovely.
And Svein's ears visibly perk up as he hears the word library.
And she says, "Right, okay. Well, Lannon, I mean, I'm not 100% comfortable sending a bunch of strangers into our inner sanctum, but I suppose there's guards literally posted everywhere. So, and she looks to the rest of you and says, just behave yourselves. If you wouldn't mind, that would be a great load off of my mind if you did that."
Oh, not to worry. We will.
Kennam just gives a little bow and...
Can I just turn to Svein real quick?
Sure.
You take anything and you will be on one of those guards' spears immediately. Understood.
Oh, don't worry about it. I won't take anything.
Good. Alright.
Yes.
Yeah.
We're here to see the king. Not to take things.
Yet. I'm here to eat!
Comedic relief. All right.
All right, so y'all are making your way to the library then?
Yep.
Okie
Yep.
dokie. So as you pass real quick, Queen Navera looks over at you, Lobe, and she looks down at Kevin, and she's like, "Wow, you actually found one of those. You actually managed to tame one of those, huh? That's impressive. Are you some sort of druid?"
Lobe.
Lobe is too distracted by delicious foods.
I'm just a little bit. I didn't know she was talking to me, to be honest. I'm zoning out.
Just talking to Kevin. Kevin just says, meh.
Yeah,
Oh.
clearly.
I don't know. I just found him in the woods.
Oh. Well, you best keep that thing away from fire. From what I've heard, abyssal rams are rather, oh, what's the word I'm looking for?
He is quite the bleating ram, yes.
Yes, he gets rather.
A
They get
ram.
rather big. They get rather big.
Little
So
hot-headed.
maybe little bit, yes. So maybe okay, great. So now I have to look out for this. That's wonderful. Excellent. Thank you. All right, to the library then with you.
I
Goodbye.
packed the goats and carry on. That's
So-
a Kevin.
That's a Kevin. So you all then make your way down the hallways. There's a couple more people who kind of skirt past you. Bundles of various like ingredients, or they've got medical supplies for the future medical tents that will need to be erect for the performance tomorrow. More than likely.
that feeling.
I'm definitely eyeing all of the food as it passes. Going,
And eventually you arrive at these grand double doors, and these guards are standing outside as they do. And again, they see you, Lannon, and they park their weapons, and they allow you entrance inside.
So I get started.
Addendum, do all these people know you?
A bit.
You have a lot of friends, Lannon.
Yes,
Lannon,
I
I
know.
think being cryptic might not be in your favor at the moment. You might just want to say everything now.
Alright, fine. You little rat. Alright. So, I am the prince of this fine castle. These guards
good
know
to
me because
know.
they've been around me all their life, all my life, rather. And you've met my mother. Next is my father.
Well, this calls for a celebration. I'll go get the drinks.
No,
I turn to leave.
no.
I don't believe it's a good idea to have drinks in the library.
I don't believe you can stop him.
I
Is he
turn.
just...
I guess since we can't stop him, I turn to a guard and say, "Just keep an eye on how much he ingests."
I go to ingest everything.
Oh God.
Back to the kitchen with Lobe, then.
You didn't say, you didn't tell the guard to stop him. You just told him to watch him.
Maybe that's because he cannot be stopped.
Yeah, I don't want guards getting hurt. They don't have the medical tent set up yet.
So, actually, before you leave, Lobe, one of the guards sort of looks at you and is like, "Nah, man, I understand the feeling. Here." He pulls out this flask. He's like, "I can't wait that long either. Here, you could have some of mine. It'll
Oh.
hold you over, I promise."
Awesome. I slam it.
Oh, Jesus.
Whole thing, huh?
I mean, yeah.
Okay.
It doesn't literally kill me.
Yeah,
I didn't possibly to find out.
I guess you will. I mean,
Constitution saving throw, go.
it was like, I just imagined it was this like fireball whiskey Russian vodka mix, and he literally just takes sips leading up to the event, and then you downed it. You downed the whole thing.
You know, Lobe and Kevin could do some pretty cool alcohol party tricks.
Oh my god.
Now that's a fireball.
Yeah, you know what, Lobe? Make me a Constitution save. Let's see if you actually can stomach this fireball whiskey vodka death mix.
To Manhattan.
Manhattan, yeah, 16.
That's my con.
That's pretty good. You down it and you hand the empty flask back to the guard, and he looks at you like he's just seen the face of God.
Haven't met her yet. One day.
So you guys part the doors, I assume, unless more shenanigans ensue.
No.
But I doubt it. Okay.
Svein is very eager to go into the library.
Okay. So you guys open the doors, and this is quite the room you've entered in. It's got like tall ceilings. There's these large stained glass windows. What the hell? Who's shaking popcorn?
Whoops. Accidentally dropped something.
Oh. Svein, be more quiet with your meat pie. Jesus.
People are gonna notice.
People
No food allowed in the library.
And a bag of chips in a movie theater.
Yeah.
How many snacks you got in those sleeves, man?
Little do we know, he has inner pockets too.
Yes.
So yeah, this is like a very, very pretty room. What did I say? Tall ceilings, large stained glass windows depicting imagery of the sun. It's all wrapping around these grand, fabulous bookshelves. And you do see a man. He's in the center of the room. He's got this dark hair pulled back. He's wearing this ornate armor. He's got, similarly to the queen, he's got this feather cloak. And not a crown per se. It almost looks like a knight's helmet, but off the back is this feathery plumage. And he is surrounded by a couple open books and various odd-looking symbols. And a simple-looking mace is set out before him, and his eyes are closed completely. He is like shut off from the world.
Can I check to see if I know what these symbols are?
Sure, it'll be religion.
Oh, yeah.
All right.
Yeah, our religion guy. But
Hey, a 20.
20.
Oh,
19 plus
okay.
1.
So, Svein, you've read a couple Bibles in your day.
A couple is an understatement.
And you recognize that these holy symbols, which are sort of in the shape of like these dawn stars, and they look like pieces of the sun, and this all kind of alludes to the worship of the deity, I'm going to butcher this name, Pelor? I think that's how you say it. And with that high check, you know that Pelor is, oh God, I'm not going to know if that's the right way to say it now. Oh well. But he is the supporter of those in need. He's an adversary against all that is evil. He's mostly worshipped by humans, and he is what is known as the Shining One. And also his weapon of choice is a mace.
We can see
Of
that.
course, makes sense.
Yeah. You know, with context clues. But yeah, that's the scene out before you. He doesn't even really seem to notice that you have walked into the room.
So Svein's gonna turn back to everyone and kind of like whisper, like, "Oh, I found a Pelor."
Yes, he is.
I'm gonna
Moral
take
support.
like 3 steps
Spain-
forward and go, Good morning, good king. Where's the afternoon? I've kind of lost the time, and I don't see any windows in this room, so...
Oh my God.
Hello!
The king immediately kind of snaps to attention, and he looks over at you guys, and he sees you first, Kennam, and he says, "Oh, Kennam, what on earth are you?" And then he looks up more, and he sees the rest of the party, and he fixates on you, Lannon, and he lets out this big, bellowing laugh. And he stands up and says, "Kennam! You didn't tell me you and Lannon were coming in together! Did you have to save my son from some sort of villainy?" And he laughs again.
Not quite. Actually, he's the one that saved me, but not the point. We ran into someone who was looking for you. And Elise, did she have the last name, Cat?
She
I don't know if
did, but if you don't remember it, that's your own damn fault.
I don't know if we
Roll for
Oh,
memory.
Magnolia.
It was
that's right.
Magnolia. Yes, Magnolia.
Elise Magnolia. She had something for you on her way over, but she didn't quite. And he like trails off for a second and goes, "Make it to the end."
King looks kind of off, but he's like, Who's the least in Magnolia? Looks over at you, Lannon. Lannon, is this another one of your conquests?
Not this time, surprisingly.
I'm not convinced otherwise, but go on. I'm intrigued regardless.
He's gonna pull out one of the walnuts and goes, "We were supposed to give you these," and he just pulls out just the one of them.
He looks at it for a second. He's like, "You were supposed to give me seeds? Is this like a prank? Lannon, are you trying to prank me? I know last week's was pretty bad, but you're gonna have to do better than this to one-up your old man."
Alright, I'm gonna step forward and say, no, it's not a prank. We're given these. Whether or not she was telling lies, we know not. But
Okay, I'm arcane checking these.
go ahead.
Okay, the first thing you probably should have done, but whatever.
Fuck.
13.
Kennam, this is actually important. Did you pull out the one that Lobe gave you, or the one that you were holding?
Lobes.
Sure, why not?
Why not?
So, Kennam, you kind of scrutinize. Fuck, why do I do that? Every time you squat and stare at this seed, and yeah, this is the first time you're actually taking a closer look at it, and it just looks like a seed. It looks like a chestnut, not a walnut. Stop saying that. But it doesn't seem to be like anything special about it. You've never seen anything. I mean, you've seen something like that. Chestnuts exist in this world.
All right. I guess.
But the only real magical properties you could get from it is that it feels very reassuring. Like you're holding it in your hand and you know that no matter what happens, you're gonna be okay.
Okay, I guess I'll pull mine out and see if there's any real difference. And I get a 12.
I mean, close enough. It's a little harder to sense this time, but with this one, you feel far more empowered. Like you could bend impossibility around your fingers with ease.
I'm going to turn to Svein and Lannon and go, "Quick, your walnuts!"
Chestnuts.
God damn it, they're chestnuts! Give me your nuts! I am gonna make a barrel of walnuts just go down the hill and kill your character, I swear to God!
Lannon, quick, your chestnuts!
Oh, I see. Svein's
take
gonna
one out.
pull his out.
I really don't know what's going on here.
What?
I hold a little finger up to the king and go, "Hold on just 1 second.
That.
I'm gonna arcane check these two and
what?
get 6 for both of them."
What?
Jesus Christ!
We're at a distance.
So, do we know what these are?
No, I mean, from what you only know what I've told you.
Svein is asking that.
Oh. I guess
Do we
leave it
know what these are yet?
Haven't the foggiest.
I'm gonna try to knowledge arcana, see if it works.
Same here.
Oh my god.
I got an 8. I did not do well.
Oh man, I hope I get a
Can
0 again.
anybody save us here?
Oh.
Thank God!
No!
Oh my god.
We've got the
Do you
wizard who
believe
steals.
I've read a book on this before?
Hold on. We've got the wizard who steals and the thief who knows about magic. Where did we go wrong here?
Probably So-
Character creation.
Everywhere.
So as you guys are all like discussing amongst yourselves what these nuts are, the king is sort of looking a little frustrated. He's like, "Okay, guys, seriously, like I have things I have to do, so if we're done kind of putzing around here."
No, my king, this is really important. Trust me. I have no idea why, but someone died trying to get these to you. And they said we have to get them to you before the tournament starts. So we have to figure this out. Like, right now.
He looks at us like we're nuts.
Bravo.
Yeah.
Should I roll some kind of persuasion for that, or?
You can if you want, but
Oh, this is gonna be tough.
But I'm gonna address this real quick as you're trying to like persuade this king that you're not off your rockers. He looks over at you, Svein, as you're sort of eyeing your own chestnut. Like you're trying to figure this out. Like, oh god, maybe we should have had a plan before we just burst in here willy-nilly trying to talk about impending doom.
And nuts.
And nuts. Looking nuts. And he looks at your Svein, and all of a sudden, it cracks a little bit.
Oh, I shouldn't have kept this in my pocket.
Okay, Svein, do relay your knowledge because I got an 8 trying to convince the king that we're not insane.
Oh,
So
no,
if we
like,
could-
this
if we could
is-
speed this up.
This is a special moment shared between Svein and the king. They both saw this happen, and suddenly the king kind of rockets forward, and he's holding out his hand like, Svein, let me see that.
Sure. Okay.
And he almost gingerly holds it, like he's afraid he's going to break it further. And he's looking at it really quietly. Like, any of the bravado in his voice or like the kind of puffed out stature he once had, it's very subdued now as he's looking at this. And it's a good solid like 30 seconds of him just quietly observing this small tiny chestnut in his hand.
So.
Don't comment.
And finally, he looks up, like he just snapped out of some kind of stupor. He looks up at you, and he starts to laugh again. He says, "Oh, okay, I know what these are. No, like this, don't even worry about this. You guys are gonna laugh. Like this is," and he sets the chestnut down on a nearby table, and he says, "This is some project my wife was going at. She sent out a couple people to investigate these new sort of plants found off to the west. These must have been some of the seeds she asked for. Kind of unfortunate that the first carrier died, but yeah, no, if you just give them to me, I can give it to my wife, and I'll make sure she gets them." And he holds out his hand.
I apologize, but I'm not sure I entirely
Okay,
believe
then.
you on this.
Where's sense motive?
Yeah, where the fuck is sense motive?
Where is it?
I don't believe the shit out.
You guys are the most untrustworthy people in the world. Okay, if you want to try and sense motive this man, it's called insight, and basically insight is to discern the true intentions. So if you want to make some insighties, you go ahead and roll. Wow, Svein, no.
Yes! There's my 20. Finally, I get my 20.
And I get a 1.
It balances out.
I got a 5.
Yeah.
If it's
Yeah,
anything.
so Lannon, as far as you know, your father's telling the truth. Your mom kind of does this crazy shit all the time, so
Yeah,
are you
fair.
going to give him your seed?
Sorry.
I'm hesitant, but sure.
Okay. He kind of, I'll get to you, Kennam, don't worry. But he'll look over at you, Lobe. It's like, Lobe, you got
Lobe-
any of these
Lobe
special
isn't-
seeds?
Lobe isn't here.
Yeah, I'm in the kitchen.
Oh, yeah, right.
I've got Lobe seed.
That alcohol did not sustain you, I forgot.
Make it away.
So Kennam, you have 2 seeds then, don't you?
Yeah.
Okay, got it. So with that perfect 20, you know he's lying his ass off. There's something else here. He's not telling you it on purpose.
Can I like take a further look at Svein's crack?
I mean, he put it down on the table. Oh god.
Can I take a further look at it?
I mean, you can investigate it if you want, but it's like beside the king on the table. So if you're like trying to make a move to grab it,
I won't. I don't think grabbing it's gonna be a good idea. But
Yeah, no. He has a mace in this room.
I thought the
I'm.
god had the mace.
Yeah.
well, I mean, he's got a mace, and the
He's-
god likes the mace.
He's probably got some shit. He's a warrior king. It kind of runs with it, but
Okay,
True.
yeah, go ahead and investigate it if you want to look for some clues.
all right. Investigation is intelligence, so I get
Yeah.
+2. Ah,
It's a cracked nut. It wasn't cracked before. Now it is.
Can I try and like discern what cracked it?
I mean, unless you could, but the king is still kind of looking at you, and he clears his throat awkwardly and says, Kennam, I'd kind of like to get these to my wife as soon as possible. You, never know what this crazy magic plant could do. Wouldn't want to, like, accidentally blow something up or something.
Jazz hands.
Jazz hands. And
So I'm sorry. I've got many questions. You know, wizard's inquisitive mind and all that. But where did you say these nuts came from?
He didn't.
I mean, look, like, this is some expedition thing my wife set up. She said it was somewhere off in the original forest, you know, where all those wood elves live. I just assumed she was trying to reconnect or something. I mean, you'd have to ask her, but she's super busy, so if you don't mind. And he's looking a little more irritated now, holding out his hand.
You said insight?
Yeah, to see if you're lying or not.
Damn it.
I really don't trust this. I have no idea what I...
Then literally say no and walk away.
No, because
I
we are in the
dare
middle of
you.
a castle with the entire king's army sitting outside. I'd rather not deny him something that... Okay. First of all, I do have to ask, since you switched our sheets up, do I still have my magic tattoo?
Mm,
You have a magic tattoo?
I do. It's a feat. Anyway, do I still have it?
I almost want to ask why, because you're scheming something.
I have an idea. I need to know if I have this tattoo in order to continue
Okay,
with this idea.
Tell me the schemes. What's going on here?
Well, my magic tattoo has the ability to it's got 2 spells on it, one of which is Unseen Servant.
Mm-hmm.
I want to try and like give him one of them and then pass the other one back to my Unseen Servant to like keep it behind me. To keep
Okay,
my walnut behind me.
So kind of a fake out
Chestnut.
saying, yeah, this is the
Chestnut. I corrected
it's coming.
myself.
The barrel is coming when you least expect it. Okay, so you kind of like trying to fake him out, like, yeah, no, we only have 3.
Well, more of I didn't tell him how many we had, and it's obvious that we only like that each person has 1, and he
Mhm.
hasn't asked Lobe about this.
Well, Lobe's not here.
I am not present.
He's
Exactly.
in the kitchen.
So he probably only assumes we have 1 of each. So I'm trying to get like some kind of bonus to try and keep my walnut hidden, because I have a feeling that this thing is going to be a lot more important than he's making it out to be.
Okay, I'll allow it, but we're gonna have to do a couple checks here.
All right.
Kennam, it's okay. You're overthinking things.
I'm screwed. That's what's going on.
Yeah, keep it simple, stupid. All right, so Kennam, you do not trust this king 100%. Like, you know something is up. He's not telling the whole truth, and you have this feeling you just want to hang on to at least one of them. So, very as subtly as you think you can, you call upon an unseen servant while handing out. You said lobes you were going to give him?
Yeah.
So you hold out lobes while trying to simultaneously summon this unseen servant. And the king's got his hands around this chestnut, and he stops, and he looks at you, Kennam, and he says, "You disappoint me there, Tosscobble." And all of a sudden, the guards come, like, running into the room. Why do you people insist on splitting the party this much? I hate you all.
I gave him my chestnut.
I know. So,
I was a good
I
son.
don't trust him.
okay, so now there's... And the king says, look, I understand, Kennam, that you are naturally a cautious man. I understand that. You've been through a lot. But we've also... I'd like to think that we're more than just business partners. I mean, I keep your inn afloat, and I like what you do, but... like, I just this is unnecessary. I mean, I invited you into my home, sort of, kind of. I mean, you sort of just barreled in, but I just ask you to trust me here. It's magic beyond any of our capabilities. It's something my wife is trying to cook up. I would rather my castle stay in one piece, so I'm gonna give you one more go here. Holds out his hand and says, "Give me both of them."
I would be happy to. Just one question. And it's all yours. I will hand it right over. I have no problem with this. What is it really? I won't say a word to anyone else. I promise. I won't act upon it. I just need to know what it is.
He looks at you for a minute. His hand is still outstretched. The guards are poised, ready to arrest you if need be. And finally, he says, well, he sighs first, like a very tired sigh, and he's like, "You guys are making this such a big deal." And he says, it's some sort of enhancer, from what my wife has told me. It enhances the power of one's abilities. We wanted to study it. She wanted to study it a little more. And I'd rather we didn't have it running willy-nilly all over the place while a tournament is happening. You know, it's kind of like cheating a little bit. Could end up disastrous, so if you don't mind. And he holds his hand out one more time.
Don't you
Quickly
participate in
gonna
the tournament?
incite that. I'm gonna quickly incite that.
Okay, Lannon, what'd you say?
This is me talking to my father. Don't you participate in the tournament?
Well, in one of the parts, not all of them, for goodness sake. If I participated in the whole tournament, I would win the tournament. There would be no tournament.
Yes, but you still participate in at least one part.
Sure, but it's the part that everyone's had to, like, audition for. I'm not gonna fight a bunch of peasants. That'd be ridiculous.
Is this how you've been winning all this time?
The room is
Chestnuts.
so the room goes so quiet you could hear a pin drop. And Kennam, he is going to make a move to grab them out of your hand. So let's make a little contesty here of
Quick.
let's see.
I can't tell. Did you miss the quick insight, or did you?
Oh no, I see that quick insight. You don't even worry about it. But he's gonna basically try and shove you away and just grab the two nuts. So he's gonna make kind of a strength, and he's gonna contest yours to see.
Oh,
So,
great! So it's a strength battle with a wizard.
Yeah, pretty much. So you make
Right.
your roll, and I'll make my secret roll.
Hey,
Oh!
Wow, 18.
Whoa!
not bad.
There
Not
you
bad.
go.
18, but I'm
18.
probably
Taking
still
some
screwed.
steroids?
Taking some steroids.
It's pure adrenaline.
Heart.
It's not bad. Let's see what he can do. Oh shit, he only got 15.
Yes.
So he makes a move to kind of just grab it out of your hands, and you get out of the way. But now the guards are all on you, so now they're both gonna try and restrain you. So let's do it again.
Can I quickly the insight check, because I will hand this thing right over if I know it's the truth. Like, I'm not even gonna bother trying to avoid this if it's the truth.
Yes.
It is the truth.
It's the truth that that's why he's been cheating, or it's the truth that
I don't even care if he's been cheating. That's not even my problem. I just want to know what the hell the nut is.
Kennam, as far as you know, they are some sort, at least to his extent of knowledge, they are some kind of power enhancer.
Neat.
So they're natural steroids.
Yeah, sure, why not?
Okay, I'm just gonna toss him the nuts, throw my hands in the air, and say thank you. That's all I needed to know.
He kind of grabs them and puts them next to the other ones. And now he's rubbing his temples like, oh my god, I can't believe we just had to go through that. And he motions to the guards to kind of push you all out of the library. He's like, all right, we're done here. I'm going to do something that I'm going to regret, so you all can leave.
Gotta snort them nuts.
I'm done. I'm walking out.
Didn't even get to read any of the books.
Don't you dare steal a book.
I won't. I'm a librarian. I don't steal books.
Yes, but you're
Yes.
also a rogue.
Borrow?
You don't know he's a rogue. As far as you're
Yeah,
concerned,
you don't
he's a
know.
librarian.
Oh, I'm talking out of
Yeah.
character, but you know.
Yeah. No, Spain heads out.
Okay. So you all then are kind of forcefully evicted from the library. And after a couple seconds, the 2 guards come back out. And the one that had given Lobe his whiskey bottle, his whiskey flask, yeah, kind of looks to you all and shakes his head like, oh, why'd you have to make such a scene? Like, he was, ugh. You're just giving me more work to do. What's up with that? Come on.
I'm sorry, Mr. And he like waves his hand, going, "What's your name?"
Oh, you could call me Hubert.
I'm sorry, Hubert. I merely needed an answer, and then I'm on my way.
Yeah, well, you know, this is a stressful time for the king, and you guys are playing like fucking 20 questions. Like, jeez, you guys were jumping down his throat, and he looks over at you, Lannon, and he's like, how could you say that to your fallen father? Like, that was a terrible thing you said, man. I mean, your highness.
I was gonna say.
I literally glare daggers at him. Can I do that?
Sure, go for it. You gotta
Sweet.
intimidate the hell.
How many daggers?
It's important.
All of them.
All right,
Good choice.
roll me intimidation. Let's see
Oh.
how much you scare this man.
God, this isn't gonna be good. Whoops, that was... No! I clicked the wrong thing, I am sorry.
Don't matter. It's a critical fail.
Dude, that was literally my investigation roll.
Oh dear God. So you attempt to give one of your mother's like famous death glares. You're not as good as it though, and it shows because the 2 guards sort of exchange a look, and Hubert looks like he's about to say something, and then the other one sort of smacks him with the blunt end of his spear, and he's like, just ignore him, sir. You know, too many pre-game drinks. You know, we sent your friend on down to the kitchen. Maybe we should go that way, away from here.
Good idea.
I'm just gonna lean into the party and whisper, "I don't trust anyone at this castle anymore."
From the
He
events
stares
today,
over at
neither
you.
do I.
He stares over at you, Lannon, and is like, "You know something." Just gives like the 2 fingers to his eyes and
Yes.
1 finger at you.
It does sound like there's a mystery afoot here. I would like to know more.
I don't know anything, but I will soon.
You'll
I'm gonna
tell
just
us.
walk off
I'm sure.
towards the kitchen.
Yeah.
Okay. So at this point, you've still got about... the sky's getting darker. It's getting a nice, like, purpley shaded hue. You see most of the line outside of the Colosseum has thinned down. Everyone's getting just about ready to do the festival. So if there was anything you wanted to do before the festival kicks into high gear, this would be the time to do it.
Eat more food?
Let's go find Lobe. I don't think any of us have eaten all day, so.
Okay, so everyone makes their way to the kitchen.
They can find Lobe. I'm going to find my mother.
Oh dear. Okay. Well, it's in the same vicinity.
Yeah, Spain's going to
so-
the kitchen.
Okay, so you all kind of make your way back to the dining room kitchen area. Lobe, at this point, they've kind of ushered you out of the kitchen, but they keep bringing you stuff. So you have like 6 tankards that are emptied. You got like this huge plate, like all these dishes stacked up.
So I'm being guided, but I'm still being fed.
Yeah,
I'm
they
content.
they don't want you like in their way, but you know they won't deny you. And like over you is standing Queen Navera, and she's just watching you with 2 parts fascination and 2 parts horror. And she
all impressed.
and she sees the rest of the party come over, and she kind of pulls you to the side, Lannon, and she's like, "Where on earth did you find this man? Like, is he human? Are you sure? Like, I've been trying to check him, and none of my magic is saying he's anything but human. But I'm not convinced otherwise. Are you like, where did you get him?"
He was found by a colleague.
Ugh. he is a fascinating subject. Like, I don't think you understand that the entire time you were gone, he has not stopped. Like,
Do I
at
see
all.
everybody yet, or am I still just completely engrossed in eating?
I mean, that's up to you if you see the party suddenly appear.
Well, no, do I?
Perception check.
Sure, why not?
Okay.
Yeah, go
When
for
in
it.
doubt.
When in doubt, perception it out. Yeah, you know that the party's come back at this point.
Hello, everyone! Quick, get those little things with the cream on them.
Cannolis?
I don't know. They just keep bringing them. It's wonderful.
Kennam's gonna walk over to Lobe and go, so, I'm sorry, but the chestnuts are gone. The king has them now, though, so at least our mission's complete, but, yeah. You just kind of
Yeah. Just get some food. It's great.
God, I love Lobe. Jesus.
Good times. So, if you all also sit down, the Queen of Air will make sure you guys get a little bit of a snacky too.
If
Good.
Lobe doesn't eat it
Spain's
first.
sitting down.
Lobe doesn't eat it first. She
Yeah.
actually, as she's gesturing to the other cooks to like bring more plates, they sort of gives this exasperated sigh, and they go back to the kitchen. And she says, "I swear, we're going to literally run out of food before the festival starts. I'm legitimately afraid now. I'm honestly glad we have like the carnival food now because we are almost out of pantry. This is ridiculous." But you know, it'll start in about an hour or so. So hopefully that stops. And she points over to Lobe, who I assume at this point has now taken another plate of food and just made it magically disappear. Into her
And I
mouth.
went, hello.
Yes, hello.
Oh.
So I assume the talk with your father went well.
That's one way of putting it.
Not
think
so
everyone
sure
would-
about that.
I can only imagine everyone's giving like an awkward.
So, Mum, what are these chestnuts that you had to, like, get from the original Wood Elf forest?
Very briefly, there's like a flash of confusion on her face, and it quickly fades away, and she says, Oh, yes, of course. Oh, is that why you had to go see him?"
Yes.
And she kind of laughs at her hand, like, "Oh, sweetheart, I could have avoided all of whatever happened in the library. Yes, no, it's just a little project I have going on the side. Wow, that's really why you went to go see him, huh?"
Yes. It is. He almost arrested us.
Well, I mean, all right, son. And she puts her hand on your shoulder and says, "Son, you know I love you, but this wouldn't be a new concept to mind. You know this, right?"
I know. Yes, I know.
She looks over at you next, Kennam. Is like, "Oh, Mr. Toskoble, I'm sorry. I was trying to avoid this, but you were all very adamant to see him. Sorry if he kind of roughed you up a bit."
It's no problem, but could you please tell me? I never got a very good description of what these things are.
She sort of shrugs and says, "Well, that's sort of the conundrum I'm in, dear. That's kind of why I sent out a couple people to try and gather these up. It's certainly a new, interesting curiosity, and I wanted to investigate them further."
Right then.
So what do you know so far?
Well, based on what little I've been able to observe, it does seem to be some sort of enhancer for natural talents. For instance, Kennam, she points to you. It's like, certainly if you were in possession of one of these, I'm certain your wizarding abilities would grow exponentially.
Wait a minute. But So that's how Lobe can drink so much.
No, I think Lobe is something special all to himself.
We all just turn to
So
look at
then-
him.
But if he did take one, ooh, that would be chilling.
Certainly.
World's alcohol gone.
Yeah, so to answer your question, Kennam, I really don't have much of an answer.
Um,
I'm sorry.
Then can you answer me this one? Do you know who else knows of these nuts?
Well, hopefully it just sort of stays within this little circle. I can't say others haven't accidentally stumbled upon this, but again, hopefully we can sort of keep this under wrap. God forbid any of the outer regions get wind of this and decide to use it against your father, and she rubs her temples again in a very irritable fashion.
You may want to consider putting more priorities into this. Something tells me things are only going to get rougher out there, pertaining to these nuts.
These
Oh,
nuts.
People are terrible. She kind of shrugs. She's like, well, I would absolutely love to do that. Except your father, excuse me, His Highness, is very keen on keeping this tournament to going. So can't really put my efforts into that. Would love to, can't. Wait, you said he had them now, yes?
Yes.
Yes.
Yes, that's correct.
Oh, and she kind of starts off her library and she says, you'll have to excuse me then, I should probably go take care of that. And then she starts off to the library. But before she leaves,
Oh.
she pokes her head out and says, I swear to God, though, if I see any sort of mischief about this castle, Lannon, she looks at you, she's like, don't think I won't be afraid to put you in the stockade. And then she goes back.
What a nice lady.
It sounds rough.
Is it just the party in this room?
I mean, the occasional cook person comes out, clears the plates, brings something else out for Lobe, so you've got this, like, steady stream.
Alright, everyone, I... Remember what Elise said? That we have to do this before the tournament?
Yes, I do remember that.
Something tells me we should keep our eyes out as well.
That's a good idea.
Just because the delivery's done doesn't necessarily mean our job is. That said, we should probably enjoy ourselves for the last little bit of time we have in this capital before we're inevitably kicked out.
Fair enough.
I look over at Lobe. For one reason or another.
I'm still just downing everything.
All right, so you all kind of, like, enjoy a brief moment of peace.
Yeah.
Get a little snacky, get some fluids back into your system, and next time, my friends,
Oh, God.
we are gonna throw the biggest kegger you have ever seen in your lives. Because next time is the Blazing Crown Festival! Woo!
Woo! Party time.
Party time!
On that note, we'll see everybody next time.
All right.
Bye!
See you next time.
Bye.
Yeah.